This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you an exclusive interview with Secretary of Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, V. Srinivas, on Special Campaign 3.0. The interviewer is Sonu Sood, anchor.
The country is all set for the Special Campaign 3.0 from today, with the preparatory phase on till September 30th, followed by the implementation phase from 2nd to 31st October, with its focus on clean and enhanced workspaces and reducing pendencies in various government ministries, departments and related offices. Mr. Srinivas, welcome to Akashvani. Sir, to begin the discussion, can you tell us about the overall objective of this landmark initiative launched in 2021? How successful has been the 2-year journey so far? And how has the Special Campaign 2.0 of 2022 accelerated the momentum and expanded the scale of this transformative effort?
Special campaigns were organized from 2nd October to 31st October in the years 2021 and 2022 in all ministries and departments and their attached and subordinate offices for disposal of pending matters. Successful implementation of the special campaigns was possible as a result of the vigorous efforts by all ministries and departments. It was decided last year that the exercise of reducing pendency should be undertaken on a continuous basis, and the ministries may set apart some time on a fixed day every week for this purpose. Accordingly, 3 hours per week was set apart, wherein which special campaign for reducing pendency and institutionalizing Swachhata was taken up by every ministry. In continuation of the previous year's efforts, the Special Campaign 3.0 is being taken up from 2nd October to 31st October 2023. During this campaign, special attention is being given to field and outstation offices responsible for service delivery, having huge public interface, in addition to ministries and departments and their attached and subordinate offices. The approach would be a saturation approach to take up offices in the remotest corners of India, and the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances would continue to be the nodal department for monitoring and implementation of the campaign and would issue detailed guidelines for the ensuing campaign.
So can you tell us about the key best practices that have emerged in these 2 years, adoption of which can benefit all government offices in times to come?
A number of best practices has emanated from the implementation of Special Campaigns 1.0 and Special Campaign 2.0. In the Special Campaign 1.0, the focus was largely on digitalization of office records, efficient management of office spaces, enhancement of office spaces, environmental friendly practices, inclusivity measures, and protocols and mechanisms. As part of this initiative, several courtyards, which were largely having scrap, were converted into cafeteria. For example, in the Department of Posts, a cafeteria called Frangipani was established. The enhancement of office spaces was witnessed in the CBIC. A wellness center was established in the Department of Land Resources. An automatic power system was established in the Ministry of Railways. A Swachh ATM was established in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Sanitary napkins vending machines were established in the Department of Telecom. As part of the Special Campaign 2.0, which was undertaken on a much larger scale in over 1 lakh office spaces of India, what we witnessed was gamut of successful initiatives across the length and breadth of India. In the Bengaluru railway station, to create awareness against the use of single-use plastic, a plastic Rakshasa sculpture from discarded plastic bottles was set up. Similarly, the Department of Posts opened a parcel cafeteria in Kolkata GPO by refurbishing old furniture for enhancing customer experience. The Ministry of Tribal Affairs created a Jarwa tribal hut in Port Blair, which shows their way of eco-friendly cultural values towards cleanliness. The Department of Agriculture Research and Education created awareness about Parthenium-free and plastic-free farms by Krishi Vigyan Kendras across the nation. So these were some of the best practices that came up in Special Campaign 1.0 and in Special Campaign 2.0.
So what is the significance of preparatory phase starting from today till 30th September? What kind of response are you expecting? And in this context, if you could tell us the significance of Swachhata portal.
The special campaign implementation is being preceded by a preparatory phase from 15th September to 30th September. During this phase, ministries and departments are expected to mobilize and undertake several important activities to mobilize their officers and officers and ground functionaries for the campaign, to appoint nodal officers in each of their campaign offices, to arrange trainings for their nodal officers, particularly the record officers, about their role in the campaign, identify pending references, and upload datasets on the campaign portal, to identify campaign sites for cleanliness, and to assess the volume of redundant material that is to be disposed and finalize the procedures for their disposal. So, to conduct a campaign across the length and breadth of India, significant preparatory efforts would be undertaken by each ministry and department over the next 2 weeks between the period September 15th and 30th.
So what would you say? 2.0 was much bigger than 1.0. Now, what are the major quantifiable targets of Special Campaign 3.0? How big is this going to be based on projections and estimates in terms of number of cleanliness sites, space freed, number of files weeded out, revenue earned from scrap, public grievances disposal, etc.?
The Special Campaign 3.0 would adopt a saturation approach for all field offices. Ministries and departments have been asked to identify a vast range of remotest offices across the length and breadth of India where the Special Campaign 3.0 for institutionalizing Swachhata and minimizing pendency can be implemented. As regards the cleanliness campaign sites, the Special Campaign 2.0 itself was 17 times larger, and this time in Special Campaign 3.0 we have indicated a tentative target of 1.5 lakh office spaces. In terms of space freed, Special Campaign 2.0 was 7 times larger and achieved about 90 lakh square feet of space was freed. This time, Special Campaign 3.0, we have indicated 100 lakh square feet of space to be freed. And in terms of revenue to be earned from scrap disposal, a projection of rupees 400 crores from revenues against scrap disposal has been projected. Considering that Special Campaigns 1.0 and Special Campaign 2.0 and the last 8 months wherein which the campaign was implemented in all ministries put together has earned rupees 600 crores of revenue, it is envisaged that Special Campaign 3.0 can realistically target about rupees 400 crores of revenues. In terms of minimizing pendency, which departments will identify on their portals, Members of Parliament's references, parliamentary assurances, public grievance cases, public grievance appeals, as also ease of rules and record management practices in which files will be reviewed, record rooms will be visited, capacity building of record officers shall be pursued, and e-files which are there shall be taken up for closures. There is also going to be a lot of emphasis in terms of creation of intra-ministerial portals and on adoption of digitalization practices across ministries and departments.
Sir, can you tell us about the reporting and monitoring mechanism to track progress while the campaign is being implemented?
The campaign will be implemented on a dedicated portal, and the progress of the campaign shall be monitored through the nodal officers who will be responsible for updating the portal on a daily basis. The progress shall be reviewed by the Secretaries to Government of India on a weekly basis. There is also ministerial oversight of the campaign that was witnessed in Special Campaigns 1.0 and Special Campaigns 2.0 that would be continued as part of the Special Campaign 3.0. The portal that has been dedicated portal that has been created for the campaign can be accessed through login credentials of the nodal officers, and training sessions for the nodal officers on operationalization of the portal have been conducted.
So how much of a role digitization and technology will play in achieving the objective of minimizing pendency as well as record management?
This is a very important aspect of how the special campaigns have been conducted. Firstly, the monitoring and identification of pendency on the portal is an extremely important exercise which is undertaken with tremendous care and resilience. Thereafter, the digitalization practices in terms of monitoring disposal, intra-ministerial meetings with their field offices, these are largely undertaken by adopting digital practices. And what we have noticed is the updation of data of monitoring the implementation of the campaign on intra-ministerial portals has enabled significant improvements in terms of reduction of pendency. Further, most systems have now shifted to the e-office system. So, in terms of e-files which are there for closure, the process is much faster as compared to a physical file environment.
So, what would you say, apart from freeing up physical space through weeding of files, obsolete vehicles and furniture, and sprucing up junkyards, you feel it's a very comprehensive cleansing exercise, the special campaign, which is aimed at removing physical as well as mental clutter, thereby increasing efficiency and synergy in the government workspaces?
Millions of citizens who visit India's government offices would benefit extensively from the healthy office environment in decluttered office spaces. We've tried to decrease the number of times a citizen should visit a government office through greater emphasis on technology models and also bringing in updation of the technology into the governance practices. The Digital India movement has brought down the number of visits to a government office, but even when there is an occasional visit, the visitor should have an aesthetically pleasant experience in visiting the government office. Further, several staff who work in government, like section officers, undersecretaries, office assistants, should have a stress-free and a highly motivating experience, and I am sure the Special Campaign 3.0 will result in creating a very conducive and healthy working environment over the next 1 month.
So thanks to digitization and now the special campaign, there has been a complete paradigm shift in last 9 years in the way public grievances and redressals are handled. Efficient, prompt, above board action has taken the place of long delays and greasing of palms. In that context, you feel with its focus on minimizing pendency, special campaign is also a major step on the path of enhancing ease of doing business and ease of living, an apt step when the country is moving ahead in Azadi Ka Amrit Kal.
The Special Campaign 3.0 focuses a great deal on increasing efficiency in decision making and also in making sure that quality decision making is taken up. And several steps have been taken up in this direction, and these include delayering, which has been widely adopted with the objective of reducing the number of functional levels of disposal, and in terms of delegation of financial powers for contingent and miscellaneous expenditures, and in adoption of e-office for creation of digital office spaces. It is believed that the great emphasis on increasing efficiency in decision making and also focus on quality decision making would make India a very advanced nation in terms of its governance models and would benchmark governance against the best governance models across the world. Effective redressal of public grievances has been a major thrust area of government, and the Honorable Prime Minister has said that effective redressal of public grievances is one of the most important aspects of Indian democracy.
So do you think this will also give a push to government's enthusiastic drive to make India a manufacturing hub, give a push to attract investment into the country, increase the confidence of investors in India as an attractive investment destination?
Definitely. The successful implementation of large-scale campaigns using digital platforms is a very encouraging experience in terms of enhanced investor confidence, in terms of ease of doing business and simplification of rules and processes. We greatly look forward to successful implementation of the Special Campaign 3.0 between the period October 2nd to October 31st, 2023.
And sir, lastly, what is the special significance of starting this campaign on 2nd October?
October 2nd is a very special day for the nation. It is the birthday of the father of the nation, and in living up to the ideals of the Mahatma, the Special Campaign 3.0 would be launched by the Honorable Minister of State for Personal, Public Grievances and Pensions, Dr. Jiten Singh Ji, in the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. He would take a round of the department and also review with all other departments on implementation phase of the campaign. We greatly look forward to the campaign that will be taken up, keeping in mind the ideals of the father of the nation, and that would be conducted over the period up to October 31st.
Thank you so much, Mr. Srinivas, for joining us on Akashvani, talking on a Special Campaign 3.0, its various aspects and how it is going to be a game changer.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to an exclusive interview with Secretary of Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, V. Srinivas, on Special Campaign 3.0. The interviewer was Sonu Sood, anchor. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 9289094044. This is Akashvani. In the weekly program Current Affairs, now we bring you a discussion on G20 and evolving geopolitics. The participants are Anil Trigunayat, former diplomat,